Hi, Ian. Good morning. Good evening sa inyo.
Hi, Shine. It's
Kamusta?
a beautiful Friday night to do anything that we
Correct.
can do.
Yes, and so the reason now we are live, surprise everybody, Ian and I are live, is because I wanted Ian to show us some of the materials that we're going to be using tomorrow. And actually, what he uses in his watercolor journey, right? So, Ian,
Yes.
I'm going to put the camera on your workspace there. Maybe you can show us the stuff that you've been working on, ganyan. And maybe show us some of the materials that you're gonna use for your workshop tomorrow. You have a workshop sa PCM. It's called Watercolor and Doodles, di ba?
Yes, we will be having a fun workshop tomorrow. So the
Yes,
workshop will be a beginner-friendly watercolor workshop.
that's right. For people like me. Yung forever, gusto ko mag-watercolor pero hindi marunong.
And of course, for
Ayan.
people who would like to review,
Yes, for the people
oh,
who want to review, for sure.
as if na ano, they haven't remembered or touched the brush they bought for like several months or years.
Yes, yung parang, ay, shucks, nakalimutan ko na, ganyan. So,
Ayan.
okay. So, show us what you have.
So, good evening to all of the people watching from the Philippines, from the TCM channel. So,
Channel.
tomorrow we'll be having a workshop. It would start at 10 a.m., but it would be a recorded workshop via a private group.
StreamYard.
So,
Oo.
if you're not available at that exact time, you can actually rewatch it. And if you're available, it would be good because you can ask questions directly. It would be answered directly on that same time. And we will be having a discussion about Watercolor 101 Basic. So it covers mostly the first things that you'll need to know when beginning with watercolors. First would be an overview of the watercolor as a medium. So watercolor encompasses different kinds of forms, shapes, and sizes. That includes watercolors that you find on pans like this one. So you have watercolor pans, small pans like these, watercolor pans, and then you also have watercolors that are in tubes. So you probably have these in your home. You probably bought a few of these, and then you just let it there in your desk or in your cabinet, lying there, waiting for you to open them up. So we'll try to uncover how to use these things, and most probably this is one of the uh, most frequent na question that I get is how to use watercolor pencils.
Oo nga, meron ako niyan, Ian. Pero hanggang ngayon nakasara pa rin. Nakasil pa
Oo.
rin yung box.
Either they bought it because they feel na it's a good investment, but they are not what you call that, confident enough to use them as watercolor pencils. So I'll show you some recent workshops that I did before. So we also do Sunshine and I had several workshops together way
Yes.
back when she was in Manila, years back. So
Oo, parang
some of the
si
recent
Michaela is 6 now, so it's been what, maybe 5 years
Oo, di 5
ago?
years na higit. Oo nga,
Oo,
no?
tagal
Almost
na.
5 years. So this is an example. So we had drawing workshops like this. So this is done in an online class
Oh,
recently.
wow.
So the range of the things that you can do with drawing would be endless. It could be still life, sketching. This is sketching from photograph. Of course, you change things in there. You add composition. And then after that, I also teach watercolor. So tomorrow, okay, so these are some of the things that are my recent work. So this is watercolor artwork. So this is negative painting, probably on the second day or because
Oo,
we were
kasi
having two. We're having
yeah,
2 day. It's a 2 day workshop.
yeah, 2 sessions na. So June 19, Saturday at 10 a.m. and June 26 at 10 a.m. also. For only 750 pesos, you get to avail of those two workshops, and at the same time you'll have access to that recording forever. We'll just leave it in our classroom, no, in that virtual classroom with Ian. So
Yes.
if you still want to join, send me a message so I can send you the registration link for tomorrow.
Okay,
Okay,
so
yes, go.
there wouldn't be any what do you call that? Uh, there's not actually a very compulsory thing to bring. You just need your watercolor set lying in your house and
Oo.
watercolor paper. Just that. It's actually just
Oo.
that. Just plain that.
Oo, or
So
even if Ian, they have the
we
parang the basic starter kits, 'di ba?
yes, if you have the basic starter, it doesn't even have to be the artist grade materials. Even
Yes.
the simple pencil and then the regular watercolor paper will be good. Regular watercolors in tubes, in pans, you can use all of those things. So I'll show you yung some of the watercolor works that I've been doing with my classes lately.
Sige nga, patingin naman kami.
So this is one of them because one of my student wants to draw
Ian,
dogs.
watercolor 'yan?
Yes, this is watercolor. This is done in two colors.
Ang galing, akala ko pencil.
So we only use two colors for this.
That's so
Diba?
nice. Oo,
Fun.
ang galing.
This one is done in one, two, three, four colors.
Wow.
Okay. So with watercolors, you can actually make something from a very limited palette. You call it a limited palette painting.
Oo.
This one is also from another workshop.
Cute.
So this is six colors, mostly analogous colors. Of course, that's color based on color harmony. We'll also be
Oo.
talking about color harmony. Okay? It looks complicated when you are telling people na I use those colors because of color harmony, but it's actually a very easy thing to do. All you need to do is practice on using it, and you're probably using it. You're just not aware of that. So this is mostly analogous colors, which are colors that are beside each other in the color wheel. That one. So at the moment, aside from the workshop proper, that would be in the group, there would also be supplementary videos for them to learn on the side. So especially for people who are excited for the workshop tomorrow. So I already posted there some of the tutorial videos for them to try even before the workshop proper. I already
Yeah.
posted a video about how to swatch your different kinds of art materials. So it's
Ay,
already there. So
oo nga,
it's
tsaka
those
nakita ko
are
rin na parang may mga nag-swatch na, Ian. Ang
yes.
galing, ah.
The reason why I did that is because I was telling people to swatch here and there baka they are having a hard time on thinking, how do I do it? How do I start? They just need probably a quick boost to start what they're supposed to do.
Nice,
Okay.
nice.
So this is
Okay.
my watercolor journal. This is just a regular a regular Moleskine watercolor journal. Oh,
Pero
this was
watercolor paper siya, no?
yes, this is
Watercolor
a
paper.
watercolor paper journal. This is something that I really wanted to get for myself. So when I saw it on sale,
Grab
I
na.
got it. Oo. Tapos I have all of these stickers. I was supposed to do this with my laptop, kaya lang I got scared. Kaya I just put it here. So this
Sa
actually,
laptop.
dapat sa laptop siya. Kaya lang, alam mo yun, natakot ako. So this is probably, this is kind of my journal and lesson plan. So this is,
Nice.
most of the things that we will be discussing tomorrow. So I'll probably do most of these things. Of course, before I start, I have these swatches over here because I always tell people to swatch. And then there are also special watercolors. We'll discuss them also, just
What
in
brand
case.
is that, Ian?
This one is Sakura Koi Creative Art Colors. So this is
Okay.
parang supplement to your Koi watercolors. It has yung mga metallic, pearlescents, fluorescents. Oh,
Oh.
yeah. So may mga neon colors dyan. So, people think na pag watercolor ganun siya. You can actually combine it with doodles. So,
Which is
ayan.
what we're gonna
So,
learn, 'di ba, in the class?
yes. So, we'll start with watercolor basics on the first day. So, it's mostly watercolors on day one. And then on day two, we'll try to incorporate drawing and doodling so that they can try simple doodles on their journals, their planners, their cards, and their other
Nice.
crafts that they are into. So it's actually a
Actually,
very versatile medium.
Ian, may question dito from Diane.
Yes.
What's the purpose of making swatches?
So watercolors are different from other art medium because before, if you realize, example, if you have acrylic paints like these, kunyari may acrylic paints kayo, what you see here will be the color that you will be putting on the canvas. It will be as is.
Hmm.
Okay?
So
So
parang hindi
when
ka
you're using,
masu-surprise.
yes, if you're using watercolors kasi, example, diba? You can also draw yung palette nyo like this one. I have this palette. I'll show you an example.
Ay, ang galing.
So, this one is good example yan. So, these colors is the Daniel Smith Essential Watercolor set. So, I made a postcard thingy here using these colors. So, these colors, when they are actually dried on the tube or the pan, if you're using a pan set, they actually look different. Either they are darker or lighter when they are dry. But when you wet it, it changes color. So that's the main reason why you need to swatch your colors, because sometimes colors are different. So let's do a quick one over here. So I have a watercolor paper over here. So I usually use Canson watercolor paper for exercises and things like these. So I'll just get a good example. So also if you buy then yung kasi 'di ba uso ngayon yung mga online shopping, you probably bought several things directly from China.
Hmm.
Yung mga
Kamusta ba si
watercolor from China. Oo, yung kasi you just want to try.
Yes.
Tapos there's this sale. Tapos it's just 100 pesos. So why not, 'di ba?
Oo, sulit
You're
naman.
just trying. It's okay. Kasi example, a tube like this would cost you parang 200 plus. Pero pag bumili ka halimbawa nun, isang set na siya, 100 pesos na siya kaagad. O, 'di ba? Gusto
Oo
mo lang
nga.
naman mag-try eh. That's one thing
Oo.
that people feel kasi minsan eh. I just want to try. Kaya lang I don't want to spend too much kasi baka mamaya in the end, you don't like it. Right? So,
Yeah.
example, this one. When you look at these colors, di ba? These are practically colors that you can imagine kung ano yung color niya sa paper.
Parang
These,
basics. Oo.
these on the other hand, are very dark. When you look at it on their, what do you
On
call
their
this? On
dried,
their
the
dry
dried,
form. Na wala
dried.
siya talagang, nasa ganyan lang siya. Hindi mo naman siya matatry eh. Kasi pag ginano mo ng kamay mo, hindi naman siya kakapit sa kamay mo.
Correct.
So the only way to check it out is to do this. So example, this color here. If you didn't swatch it, you wouldn't know that this would be a beautiful deep blue like that. You wouldn't know.
Oh,
At the same
yeah. That's
time,
so
this
nice.
dark this dark color, you wouldn't know na ano kayang color yon pag kung hindi mo pala siya ginamit at all, hindi mo malalaman na vibrant purple pala siya.
Oo nga. Mukha lang siyang ano.
'Di ba? It looks
Oo.
black lang siya. How about this one? Or this one? How about this one? Mukha lang din siyang dark. Pero pag binasa mo pala siya, so when you wet yung color, it's a vibrant na olive green. Ha?
Grabe,
So you
Ian.
only
Talaga
get
palang
to,
hindi ka nagtitipid in terms of trying to get the colors, no? Kasi I see
yeah.
you really swooshing on the color, on that
That's
watercolor
one
piece.
thing. That's also one thing that I was telling the group for the
Mm.
week na kasi I see watercolors na ganito yung gawa nila ng swatch nila. Parang ito lang ganito. Nakakatawa kasi siya. Ito hindi
Oo.
ano to Kasi I see people na ito lang yung
Ganyan kasi ako
kaprasong ganyan
eh.
lang. Tapos pag
Ganyan ako.
in-swatch nila gagawa lang sila ganyan. Ayan na yung swatch ko nun. Tapos maliliit na tuldok lang siyang ganyan. You don't get to see the brilliance of the
Full
color if you'll
colors.
do
That's
that.
true.
Sayang siya. So a good example would be, especially pag you're using, ito pa pala, you probably see this. This is a big block of color over here. Because watercolor is
Oo.
actually a reactivating medium. You just need water. So, yung mga nasa dulo-dulo na yan, kaya hindi ko siya tinatanggal. Kasi, when you wet it again like this, pwede mo pa
Nagiging
siyang gamitin.
oo nga.
Ayan siya. Tapos magre-react pa rin siya dun sa ibang paint mo.
Basta basa.
Basta basain mo lang siya ulit. Of course, it's up to you if you want to clean your palette or not. Ganun naman
Oo.
siya talaga. Depende sa preference mo yun. If you use a mixing plate, it's okay. Naglilinis din
Oo.
naman ako ng mixing plate. Pero usually pag nandito, parang naaalala ko na, that's the things that
Sayang
I
eh.
did with that. Oo.
Oo. Ako
Saka yung mixes
nagsasayangan
na
ako.
nandun. Oo.
Oo.
And then you probably have these lying around in your house. So, we'd probably brush on this dun sa workshop. So, these are watercolor pencils. Here. This one, alam to ni Sunshine. Kasi I asked her for, watercolor activated thing. So, example, this one. This one is
Derwent ba yan?
Derwent na Inktense, remember?
So yan nga
I
yung
got
tinigalo
I
sa
got my
akin.
Derwent Inktense from Sunshine long time
That's
sa
right.
crafters. Oo, isang ganong malaki.
Yung 72, di ba?
Oo,
72
yung
ba?
biggest set. Derwent Inktense is one of my favorite na watercolor pencils. Why? I'll show you why. So, example. This is how you usually use a colored pencil. Pag naisip mo siya parang, ano lang siya. Parang wala lang, di ba?
Wala lang.
So, I'll also use another colored pencil. This one is, Carandash na Museum Aquarel. So, you can see, these are like regular pencils when you use them. It's something that you can actually use them as is. So, at the same time, example here, you can also combine these two like regular pencils, like that. Diba? Parang wala naman nangyari. But the magic with watercolor pencils is when you add water to it. So example, this color, when you add water into it, you see?
Wow.
So I wouldn't know if I didn't use it. So that's one of the main reason why I ask people to swatch your things. This one, look at that. See? You'll never know that it would be that brilliant when it's wet. And when you combine the two here, see, you get a beautiful brown. And
Wow, that's so nice.
what's good with these brands, you can barely see yung pencil mark as if you're using watercolor 100%. Of course, that's the difference between using
That's so
an
nice.
artist grade watercolor pencil and a regular watercolor pencil. So you can do these things. So swatching pa lang, you can get the gist of the feel on how to appreciate yung product. And of course, the best thing about getting these art materials, especially if you get them from Crafters Marketplace, may product may placement, may ad
May
placement.
Ano yan?
Siyempre, if you get them
Saya.
from Sunshine, some of the art materials are not actually available in the Philippines. But if you really want it, you just tell it to her.
Just message
She'll,
me. Ganyan.
you'll realize that everything can be ordered beyond yung ating
Actually,
online. Beyond.
alam mo, Ian, gusto ko talaga, although nabenta kasi yung yung kay Tita Cosette, yun nga Tita Cosette, babanggitin ko, yung set na nakuha mo, I have heard really great things about those watercolor crayons. No? So, I'm gonna go pick up another set for myself also. Pero, maganda ba, Tita Cosette? Andyan si Tita Cosette, nanonood siya eh.
Ayan. Hi. Hi to everyone's watching. I hope you're enjoying this quick,
there's 23 people. Baka naman you can comment your name. Say hi plus comment your name just so we know who's there. I know Diane is there, Dottie, Tita Cosette. Who else? Vev is there, Rhea, Margaret, and Donna Gadi. Ayan yung mga students natin for tomorrow yan.
Oo, matulog kayo. Baka bukas ma-late kayo ng gising lahat. Later, after this, sobrang, honestly, when I get excited, hindi
Hindi
ako
ka
nakakatulog
makatulog.
kaagad.
Ano
Parang
ba,
nale-late
ganyan
ako
din
ng
ako.
tulog.
Parang hindi,
Hindi
o
ko
kaya
alam.
after 6 a.m. gising na dilat na, hindi na
Oh, weird
makapag-antay.
ako eh. Parang ina-anticipate nung ano ko yung event. Ayun.
Ayan na, okay. Ayan, ang dami nila. Si Carol is there. Hi, Carol! Nikki Aborque, she just registered the other day. Ella Soriano is there. Hi, Ella! And Faith. Hi, Margaret. Ayan. Okay,
So to other
go.
people who are watching and you still want to join tomorrow, you can register now. Just send a message to Sunshine. She'll send you a link.
Yes.
Oh.
It'll be a great class, you guys, for sure. I know that much.
Of course, this one, ito love ko din to. This
Ano
one is
yan?
naman. This is a graphite stick. It looks like a tailor's stroke. Parang
Okay.
ginagamit sa ang
Pero,
tawag doon,
pantahe.
pang-padron. Yung sa
Oo.
padron na panggawa ng, hindi ko
Pantalon.
alam yung Tagalog.
'Di ba?
Ano tawag doon? Pattern? Yung
Pattern,
pattern.
yes, yes, yes.
Oo, tas yung pinanggugwit sa tela. Oo. So, you can use it similar to that. Ganyan siya. This is actually graphite. Colored graphite. So, this is sanguine. Sanguine is one of my favorite colors. See, example, ganyan siya. Sabi mo, kulay ano lang pala siya. Pero, di ba? Sanguine is the color used sa mga sketches ng Renaissance nila Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci. Ang ganda ng kulay, no? Yan yung favorite color. Isa sa favorite color ko. This is graphite. Colored graphite. In tailor's chalk na form. So, pwede ka mag-drawing, tapos babasain mo siya. One of my favorite things.
Wow.
Ayan siya.
Ang
Diba ang
ganda
ganda ng
naman
kulay?
yan. Ang
Yan yung
rich.
ginagamit sa color na ginagamit sa mga Renaissance drawing. Reddish
Isa lang ba
brown.
yung color na yan?
Madami siya. Marami din siya. Merong
Ano pa yung
may
ibang colors
greenish.
niyan?
Tapos you have carbon. This is black carbon.
Wow.
Very black. So I just got 2. Kasi yung ibang
Okay.
colors, iniisip ko pa if I want. Kasi I honestly have too much art supplies. Oo. Kaya nung yung lockdown, honestly, parang feeling ko, na naghahanap sila, parang nagpapanik na sila na, ay, wala nang ganyan sa ganun. So, ay, meron pa ako. Pero wala ka lang masyadong push, especially no start ng lockdown, wala ka masyadong push na gumawa ng mga bagay-bagay. Pero ngayon, okay na ako.
Okay ka na sa kung anong meron ka.
Naka-recover naman after a year, di ba?
Okay
After
naman
a year.
pala.
And of course, you also...
In fairness, Ian, yung parang ni Scrabble, ni doodle mo lang dyan na pink dun sa tabi ng purple. Ang ganda niya, ha? Hi, Almsi! Ang ganda niya.
Si Alma. Hi, Alma.
Andiyan siya tomorrow sa class.
Oo. Alma is one of my, favorite people. may single out. Siningle out talaga siya.
Siningle out si Alma. Ay, may advanced
favorite
question
ko talaga
daw.
yun.
May advanced question daw si Bebe.
Yes.
O, Bebe, sige, go. Type mo na yung advanced question mo. Hintayin lang natin. Mag-a-advance question si Bebe. Go. Ayan na. Alin uunahin sa doodle? Pen or watercolor? Kasi nagiging dull yung ink ng pen pag pinatungan ng watercolor in my experience.
Either or. Either or. Let's try to do it now.
Sige, try natin.
Let's try to do it now. Grabe yung diba? Yung promise.
May advanced session na talaga.
Hindi, lang siya para lang makita nyo lang yung idea. So, example.
Iyan teaser lang to for tomorrow, diba?
Oo.
Yung mga hindi pa nag-register, may chance pa kayo. Hi, Almanes. Next time, sabay na si Almanes dito sa video na to. Bigyan siya ng chance na mag-ready, ganyan, mag-makeup.
So, example.
Okay, go.
I'll do an example here. So, I'd probably do a sketch first and then watercolor on the other side. So, halimbawa, I sketch let's say, napaisip ako, diba? Let's say, we do a sketch. So, this is a micron pen. Micron pen, you should use a waterproof, fade-proof na pen when you're using watercolor with your sketches. So example, this one. So I'll just do a quick na floral over here. So example, ganyan lang siya. Ayan. So kunyari halimbawa, ang gulo yun. So example, you have this, and then you also have, let's try to do something similar on this side. So probably, okay, I'll be doing wet on the other side. Example here. So yan yung aking tulip. So that's a yellowish tone and then a reddish tone on the upper part there.
Wow.
Ayan siya. And then I have a yan. So halimbawa yan siya. Hayaan natin siya matuyo. On the other side, example, here, I'll just push my colors over here. So I'll just make a similar color tone on this side. So there. And then I'll push my yellow over here.
So, kailangan waterproof yung pen mo, no?
Yes, kasi if hindi siya waterproof,
Mm.
iiyak ka na lang. Hindi, parang ganon. Kasi
Yung gusto mo,
sayang yung
iiyak ka na lang.
dinrawing mo, tapos
Correct.
hindi siya mag-work. So in the end, iiyak ka na lang doon sa gilid. So yun mo, ba't ko nga ba ito ginawa? Ganon yung nangyayari. So ayan siya. So example here. Yun. Ayan. Sayaan mo lang matuyo yung isa doon. Dito sa kabila. I'll show you what will happen if you use a non-waterproof ano. Para you'll get the difference. This is Crayola Super Tips. Crayola Super Tips are water-based.
Yes.
You can use them similar to watercolors, the same thing that we used on the last event that Sunshine had. Okay, a very successful event. So example, meron kang ginawa, sinabi mo, gusto ko yung itry, pero gagamit ako ng ito lang kasi yung aking pen. Matigas ang ulo mo. So this is what happens pag matigas yung ulo mo. Okay. So, sabi mo, hindi okay na yan, pen naman yan, di ba? Though this would have an effect on the technique, kaya lang, this is what will happen. Did you see what happened?
Yes, naging black siya.
So, yung black, nag-smear dun sa color. It
So,
looks
Crayola
only...
ka na lang talaga. Ganun ba yan?
So, it looks, okay dun sa... Effect niya kasi controlled ko siya. Pero,
Oo, pero pag
halimbawa,
hindi mo
itong yellow,
controlled,
kung ginanya sa, excited na ako, ginano mo yung yellow mo. Oh my God, what will happen? Parang nabura yung, di ba? Nakita niyo yung nangyari? Parang nabura yung pinaghirapan mong drawing. Of course,
oo nga.
on some other things, this would work. Kasi I have also been using this is one of my favorite pens. This one. It's a Speedball Elegant Writer. It's my favorite because, kinichika ko lang kayo habang pinapatuyo natin to. It's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite kasi look at this, di ba? It's Elegant Writer. Ito yung ginagamit sa calligraphy. It's just a black ink.
Tip niya. Okay.
Ayan siya. Black ink. So, example, I did another flower here. Example, ayan siya.
Grabe.
Guri-guri lang siya. O, di ba?
Guri-guri lang.
Oo.
Pero
Kunyari, ayan siya.
May shape pa rin siya.
Oo. So, ganyan siya, nakaisip mo siya.
Iyan, may
Tapos
tanong
naisip
dito
mo, yes.
ang ganda
Elegant
nung,
Writers, what?
Hindi, ang ganda daw ng watercolor, sabi ni Amy. Anong brand yung watercolor mo?
The one that I'm using is Himimiya Watercolor.
Himimiya?
Yes.
Yun. Hindi ko kayang i-type yun.
Himimiya. I got it from Artillery Philippines.
Okay. Yun.
Exclusive, official distributor.
Sila. Okay.
Oo.
Okay. So
Isa
now
sa
we are
mga
using the
retailers.
Elegant
writer.
writer itong gamit
So, what's the
natin.
difference if you use yung elegant writer? This is just black, right? So, what I like about this one, I've used this for several illustrations already. Did you see that?
Oo nga.
So, it turns into this beautiful color.
Nako.
It's
Parang hindi
similar
siya
to,
guri-guri, Ian.
yeah, it's similar to fountain pen inks.
Oh, wow.
Oo. Tapos what's good with this is you need to, pag na-wet nyo siyang ganyan, nagiging naman siya after. Na hindi na siya reactivated after mo mawet na ganyan. O, di ba?
Ang
Favorite ko
ganda.
yan eh. So the color is, it shifts from a dark greenish tone to a bluish tone. Meron niyang dalawang tone in
Oo.
one ink pen. Ayan, mamaya tingnan nyo yung color niya. And it's it can be combined with other watercolor materials. So example here, and then you get your, let's say, I'll be using a watercolor pencil here. So anything with water, you can combine. Di ba? Naging na siya, deep reddish tone na brownish. Perfect for mga sketching things. Ayan, medyo tuyo na siya konti. Para mo halimbawa, nag-drawing ka ng anik-anik. So, ito yung sample tayo ng natin. Parang pa-doodle. Nagpa-doodle.
Pa-doodles.
Oo. So, let's example, you're doing a scene na, ayan. Diba?
Wow.
Tabingi yung ko. Tabingi. So, halimbawa, ayan siya. So, you know yung urban sketching things. Ayan. So, halimbawa, ito, ka dyan, meron ditong mga kapunuan
Tanim.
dito sa side. Ayan. Ito yung example. This would be a hallway or something. Ayan yung side nyo, halimbawa sa office or wherever. Ayan. So, halimbawa, ito yung inyong. So, it's just a fine sketch na ganyan. Pag tinignan mo siya, parang ang sketch nyo naman, lang. Yung, ang tawag dito, very
Wow.
sketchy talaga na sketch. So, example, this is a hallway filled with things or pictures like that. So, you have this, probably a window out there near this plant, like that. Ayan. So, halimbawa, ganyan siya. So, you just need to add a little splash of water to suggest yung, yung volume ng mga bagay-bagay. So, like that. You just put things there. Of course, yung mga hindi waterproof na bagay, pag ginamit nyo naman siya with, with a little bit of confidence, it wouldn't mind yung nyo.
Wow.
Di ba? So, it's like, doing a quick sketch na hinahayaan mo lang yung,
Yung water lang.
oo, water lang siya. So, you just need one pen to do everything. That also goes when you have yung pencils, na watercolor pencil. O, tapos meron ka ng parang, ayan, dikit mo na siya, halimbawa sa journal mo.
Retaso lang
Kasi
yan,
yung journal,
yan.
oo,
Retaso
kasi
lang na
halimbawa yung journal mo, hindi siya watercolor
Yes,
friendly.
watercolor paper.
Oo.
Oo.
So, pwedeng, nag-sketch ka kasi nagpunta ka dyan habang nag-iintay ka something. Ayan, I say, nakita nyo, yung color is separate
Oo.
siya. So, merong ibang kulay. Dalawang kulay yung nakikita ko usually. Medyo purplish, tas isang greenish. Kaya favorite ko yan eh.
Wow!
Yeah.
So guys, nakita nyo na yung magiging, that's a foretaste of what's gonna happen in the classes tomorrow at 10 a.m. and
next week.
And next week. So,
Oo.
kumbaga if you were in our Creativity Academy a couple of weeks ago, nakita niyo naman parang halos mag 3 hours kami with Ian. Tonight, ang usapan namin teaser lang to, pero hindi talaga mapigilan ni Ian. Magbigay ng super, alam mo yon, talagang wow, na tips and tidbits, right? All the more,
so,
tomorrow.
Nandyan po, yes.
Diba?
So, i-message nyo lang si Sunshine to get a seat on the class. It will be a
Yeah.
worth it na class. It's a promise. Oo.
Yes. So 10 a.m. Sorry, just in case I mess it up. It's 10
Tama,
a.m.
10 a.m. Manila
Manila
time.
time. Okay? So 10 a.m. on Saturday, Manila time. Pero okay, don't worry if wait lang iyan. I'm gonna
Nagising
be
sila kunyari ng 10:30.
correct.
Lagay mo
Okay
yun.
lang. Or katulad si Bebe, sabi niya, walang kuryente from 9 to 5 p.m. in Bicol. That's okay kasi the classes will be left in our virtual classroom. So we already have a classroom set up. The videos of Ian and the class itself, yung class proper, will be left in that classroom for you to watch, to replay, to kung gusto nyo siyang paulit-ulitin for the next, I don't know, 2, 3 years, go lang. It'll just be there for you
Hangga't
to have
merong
access
Facebook.
to. Uy, hanggat may Facebook.
O,
Oo.
'di ba? Nandun
And
lang
it's
naman
so
siya.
easy. Oo, nandun lang siya. So let's go back to Ian's workspace as we wrap things up and let you guys rest for tomorrow. So we did watercolor pencil, right, Ian? We did aqua
Yes.
watercolor. Ito, idudoodle na niya ngayon. Go for it.
Oo. Kasi tuyo na siya. So, pag
Okay,
nag-doodle tayo
go.
dito over, example here, so yung ibang watercolor, napansin nyo, pag ginagawa nila siya with this, nilalagpas nila. May
Bakit?
effect, di ba, pag lagpas? May effect siya
Mer-
pag lampas.
meron ba?
And honestly, if you're using watercolors, anything that you
Oh,
do with watercolors, it looks good.
basta
You can see that
watercolor.
from greeting cards, sa mga designs sa journals. Even if the lines doesn't follow, okay siya.
Mm.
That's the
Oh.
magic of the medium. It's in a way, it makes everything look nicer. So example here, ano lang siya, parang similar lang naman siya.
Oo nga.
One probable reason kaya siguro nagla-lighten yung lines mo is that
Oo.
you're using an opaque watercolor.
Mm.
If you're using a transparent watercolor, there won't be any problem.
Ay, so meron pa palang ganon. Hi, Mona. Mona just logged on. Ano ba yung mga, last question before we go. Ano ba yung
Oo,
mga
baka you have yung mga hindi nyo
Oo.
kayang kimkimin habang ngayong gabing, baka hindi kayo makatulog dahil doon sa tanong, ba't di ko
Correct.
ba naitanong? Mga ganyan.
Ilabas nyo na kay Ian nga.
Oo.
Ano yung brands na transparent and opaque?
Ang transparency ng watercolor kasi, first,
Hmm.
it depends on the pigment use. So, meron talagang
Okay.
pigment na opaque, may pigment na transparent. So, minsan iniisip ng iba, kasalanan ko ba? Ba't hindi ko nagagawang transparent yung work ko? Minsan kasi, hindi, that's one thing that you feel. Especially if you don't ask the right people, or if you don't read the right articles, or if you don't have access to manufacturer's insight. Akala mo minsan ikaw yung may mali. And that hinders
Hindi
you
pala.
from doing yung work. Example, most of the colors that are made of minerals galing sa lupa are mostly opaque. Kahit anong klaseng
Ah,
watercolor siya. Artist grade, student
oo.
grade, opaque siya. Kasi
Okay.
ganun siya talaga. Property niya na yun. Some colors are, transparent. So kahit gaanong kadaming pahid ang gawin mo, kita mo pa rin yung ilalim ng papel.
Okay.
Ganun siya. So, kasama yun sa natin, mga di-discuss natin. Kasi yung iba akala nila, mali ba ako? Kasi ganito yung nangyari.
Oh.
It's either sometimes you're just doing something different, you're using something different, or you're probably doing a step-by-step na nagkabaliktad yung mga steps. Oo. We'll clear
You'll
most
clear
of
that
those
up.
we'll clear most of those queries. And most of the time, na-realize ko with my students that attended several workshops that I had, they felt na kasalanan nila pero hindi nila kasalanan. Yun yung pinakamagandang maririnig mo na hindi mo kasalanan kaya
Hindi mo
ganun yung nangyari.
kasalanan. Huwag mong dibdibin.
Oo.
Oh, last question
Yes.
from
Oo.
Almsi. Oh, Almsi, go. What's your question? Oh, sabi naman, habang tinatype ni Alma, sabi ni Bebe, so it's not me, it's the watercolor.
Probably.
Si Nisi ang
Either
watercolor.
the watercolor or the pen.
Oh.
Pero if you're using the
So,
same pen that I'm using, this is Figma Micron, Figma
Oo.
Micron doesn't have any problem.
Sabi ni Alma, munggo ba yan?
Ay, munggo.
Alma, we miss you so much. Kailangan mag-ano na tayo, mag-conference call na to. Okay,
Yeah.
so you guys, we will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. And again, if you're not able to join us at 10, that's fine. You can always replay the video. If you are part of the class, you can obviously post any questions. I'll go ahead and create a parang a thread. Parang okay, any questions for Teacher Ian, you can drop it there. And Ian can be checking that. But tomorrow we see you live at 10 a.m. Saturday, June 19. Okay? Thank you, everybody. Akala daw ni
Thank
Alma
you.
last Saturday. Hindi. Oh, have a
Hindi. Ano ba
great...
yan? Ito namang si Alma.
Oh, so I'll post it na there now, ha? So if you have any questions, go ahead
Yes.
and send me, and just drop it there. And if you want to register, send me a message and I'll be happy to forward you the link. But for now, good night, everybody, and see you at
Bye.
10 a.m. Manila time.
See you.
Bye!
Bye. Thank you so much.